YouTube, what's going on, and welcome to the 17th episode of the Anderlecht Career Mode. And this episode, I'm sorry, the gameplay footage was not there, as you can see the game against Crystal Palace, but I was still able to get some screenshots of the gameplay, but it just wouldn't go into iMovie. I tried and tried some more. It was just, I tried for so long, more than I ever had on any episode so far, and just the things wouldn't go in. So I got some screenshots of some of the gameplay, and these are all the games, as this is the end of the first episode, and we are also starting some transfer negotiations in the later parts of this episode, but I just had to show you the end of season 1, as I simmed a bunch of games, but also played the 2 rivalry games against Liverpool and also against Chelsea. So we actually got 2 wins in the Liverpool and Chelsea game, which was really cool, but I wish I could show you those games because they were pretty intense and really cool. But yeah, I mean, that's my fault, but I mean, it is what it is. But we're going to be going along, and we're just showing these games, and then also we're going to be getting into some transfer negotiations, which does have the video. The video will load, and also in the next episode, we get the first game, and also some very big transfer news. You guys will not want to miss the major deal that we made starting in the early stages of next season. It is a huge deal, and that's coming up in episode 18, so that will be very exciting. As you can see, the final league table, I wanted to kick Liverpool out of a EuroLeague spot, but that didn't happen. And now we're signing all of our players who we got on loans with offers to buy. We signed every single one of them on a permanent deal, so that was pretty good, including youngsters like Loftus-Cheek and also Adam Henley, and also more proven guys like Ini Sunal and Mbolos. So that was pretty good to get all these guys on permanent deals, so now they're in the club forever. I do want to sign back Lewis Baker and Højbjerg, but that will be something to do at the start of next season, so we'll see what we do with that. As here we go, we see that we get Ini Sunal. That might have shown him twice. I think that should be Yusuf Poulsen, but that's okay. Here we go into Rabia. We're signing him right now, as yeah, I feel like we made some good strides in the first season, but I also feel like it could be better. As here we go, we accept a deal for Lewis Baker. That also happened in this episode, so that was pretty good. We also sell a couple people, as you can see at the bottom. You can see me going through the episode and taking screenshots. A lot of effort was put into this episode. I'm just so sorry that I just couldn't get all this stuff to load and all of that, but I wanted to not just show you 3 minutes of just pictures. So after about 3 minutes in this video, there will be some video and some transfer negotiations, so that's pretty good. So here we go into that. We see our league objective is to qualify for the EuroLeague, which I thought was very harsh on us. We finished in 13th last season, so qualifying for the EuroLeague will be very difficult, but if we make some right transfers and we make some good progress, I feel like it is possible, but it is going to be very hard. As we sim all the friendlies, but those don't really matter. As we see, Mbemba is thinking about leaving the club, but he's saying that even if he does leave the club, he's still going to give it all out there, so that was pretty good. As we're trying to sign some center backs and some center mids to replace some guys like Andy Najjar, and also Luca is going to be leaving the club, so we're also going to be trying to sign some more center backs, because we do lose John Stones. He was just on a loan deal, so that's pretty disappointing, but trying to get Will Hughes, a good youngster with some good potential, for the center mid is just to pretty much bulk up our center mids. We have a lot of decent offers right here with Nicolas Sula. He's a really young 19-year-old center back prospect, as he looks to be pretty good, so hopefully we can sign him on a loan with the option to buy. Eric Dyer plays for Spurs. He's pretty good, but he might be a little bit too expensive for us, so we try to go in for that, and we'll see what Spurs say to that one. As now we also see John Stones, as they want 21 million, and that is much less than when we before we got him. So he grew pretty well with our team, as that's pretty exciting to watch, like a player that was on our team grow into an Everton side and really become a big impact player for them. And also this guy, I was really surprised how high he was at 15 million, so that might not even be a deal I do, even if they do accept it. And this guy, oh my gosh, 19.5 million for Lucas Romero. I thought that was way too too expensive. I try a cheeky $6 million bid, but I don't think that's going to get accepted, as I think they're crazy for making him be worth $20 million. He's never going to get sold for that amount of money. But now you go into Nabil Fekir, player who I was really surprised how cheap he was, so I'm going to try to loan him in, but as we can see what Olympique Lyon do to that, as Derby County says that we can't agree to the deal for the loan out, and Luca wants some more wages, so I give him more wages, and he accepts that. But in the Will Hughes deal, I just want to get this guy, as I decide to add a player. It's Hillett. He's a 31-year-old center mid, so basically youth for experience in this deal. So I go $1 million in Hillett, and we'll see what they say. And now all these people, all the teams don't decide to accept the loan with offers to buy. So we just really have to get just someone to bring us a center back, because as of right now we only have 3 center backs on the whole team. So we definitely need at least 4 to run our 2 teams. So here we go. We're looking at Nicolas Sula, who is actually looking pretty cheap and looking pretty good. So hopefully we can eventually get him on the loan with option to buy, and Hoffenheim will accept one of these. Feyenoord and all of these 3 teams, I decided to just say forget it. I'm not going to be able to go after them, and just go on for new players. So here we go into the new developments, as we see Olympique Lyon say no, as then Adrian and Nabil Bentaleb are very expensive, but Eric Dyer, they say no. I was going to offer for Adrian, but then it was just like 17 million. That's never going to happen. But Nabil Bentaleb is only 5.5 million. As you remember, we inquired about him last year, and he was worth negative 134,000. So now Spurs are actually putting a fairly decent valuation on him, and we'll see what they say about that. As Ruben Neves was worth 14 million, which I thought was a lot, but we see Højbjerg is only worth 6.5 million, so I'm going to try to do a loan with 4 million to buy futures. I think that could be a fantastic deal, as he was really good for us in the first season, and we just erased the Ruben Neves, and I'm really trying to get Will Hughes, but it's looking like Derby are going to be pretty stingy on this deal, as I don't think it's going to go through. But now we go into the Everton, as they're just unsure of whether they want to sell him, and I feel the fee is fair, so I just go into this one last try. I put a 20,000 clean sheet bonus, and we'll see what Everton say. So, I mean, we'll see what they say, as Hoffenheim also reject another one. I believe I add 2 million this time to go up to 7 million to put that offer in, so that would be pretty good if they accept that, but we'll see this. And Højbjerg and Bentaleb, they're both unsure, as also Will Hughes, they just don't want to sell Will Hughes for a cheap price. So after this last try to get Will Hughes, I just don't feel like the deal is going to go through, and that's just not good for us. So now we're going to go into the Tottenham one, as tries to sign Nabil Bentaleb, who could be a really good midfielder for us, as I go, I believe, 5 million now instead of 4 million, and we'll see what Spurs say to that one. So that would be really good to sign a young midfielder, only 20 years old, 71 rated, so he'd be a really good signing. And also Højbjerg is 70 overall, so we'll see what he'll be able to do, as I believe I go 5 million for this one. Oh no, only 4 million, so we'll see what they say about that. As here we go, Everton, they're just still unsure, so I decided to go with a normal loan, I believe, this time. No future fee, and they do end up accepting that, so that's really good, because I just absolutely needed that that fourth center back, as we see that Bayern are actually thinking about this loan to buy offer, and I believe that means that like 90% of the time it's going to go through, so that's really exciting. We're going to get Højbjerg. And also Hoffenheim, they do the exact same thing, so we're going to get that too, as we see West Ham is our round 2 of the Capital One Cup. I thought we had round 2 as a bye, and even if we didn't, West Ham, another BPL team, oh man, that's really hard for us, and pretty harsh playing a Premier League side in round 2 of the Capital One Cup. But wow, I mean, we make a new deal for Will Hughes, but I'm still pretty amazed that we get West Ham, as we see Everton accept a loan deal for John Stones, so we get him in right away, as that is looking to be the end of this episode. In the next episode, we will play our first 2 matches and also the big transfer deal.